Not everyone learns in the same way. As a coach marketing their services, seeking to showcase your expertise and reliability to a target market, you can't afford to ignore the fact that how people like to absorb information differs according to one of four broad preferences. Why is this a potential problem? Because if you always market in the same way, using the same method, the one you're most comfortable with no doubt, you're only engaging with a fraction of your potential audience. But don't worry, reaching more people, broadening your appeal isn't a huge or complicated task. I'm Simon Batchelor and this is Better, Bolder, Braver. Sometimes sticking with what you know is just limiting yourself. We all have our comfort zones. When you're creating marketing content, you probably have a preferred format. This might be blogging, podcasts, or videos. But your potential clients have their comfort zones too, and you need to cater for those preferences if you're going to engage in their attention. Maybe you like writing blog posts, but not everyone is a big reader. Not everybody has time to read. What about people who listen to their content during their morning commute? How about people who get far more from a short video than they will from a carefully crafted text? Unless you're creating content solely for yourself, you need to reach out in a variety of ways to connect with your ideal client and target audience. Watch, read, listen, do. These are often referred to as the VARK learning styles, and people have different preferred ways of receiving new information. We've got visual. This could be video, animations, presentations. Auditory. This could be podcasts, audiobooks, or verbal instructions. Reading. This could be a blog, an article, a website, or a book. And kinesthetic. People who like an exercise, a checklist, trigger cards, or a workshop. When someone is looking to make a big life decision, buy a house, book a big holiday, choose a coach, they spend the average of 7 hours researching that decision. For coaching, they're looking for information about the process, outcomes, feelings, challenges, and all, probably unconsciously, via their preferred communication route. To reach out to the largest possible audience of ideal clients, you need to cover all four bases. But how can you do that without quadrupling the amount of time you spend on your marketing? The solution? Set up a workflow. Any task becomes easier with routine, and a workflow is simply a set sequence of tasks that help you make multi-channel marketing content something you routinely do. Here are two of our favourite simple workflows. Number one, the writer's workflow. Let's say your preference is to write. Let's start with that. Write a blog or an article on a topic. 500 to 1,000 words is fine. Record yourself, with audio and maybe even video, reading out that article, just like I'm doing now. The audio recording then gives you a podcast episode on the same topic. The video recording is then ready for YouTube or LinkedIn, and the call to action you added at the end is hitting the spot for those kinesthetic people. This is the exact workflow I use to make this video. The second workflow is the speaker's workflow. If your preference is to talk through a topic rather than write it down, then this version might fit you better. So you start out by writing a few key bullet points about your chosen topic. You then consider the order and the structure of those points. This workflow is less restrictive in terms of words and expression, but it does still have to make sense of the audience, so think up a simple beginning, middle and end structure. Then record yourself in audio and video talking through those bullet points. Again, add a call to action at the end, and then maybe add a short intro at the beginning. You can then use a program like Descript to transcribe the recording and turn that into a blog. Again, the audio recording gives you the podcast, and the video, it gives you the video. The transcription of that recording can then be turned into an article for those readers in your audience, whether it's once a week or once a month. Following a workflow will give you a back catalogue of engaging information about your coaching services, demonstrating your expertise in ways that are very shareable on social media. Now, some of you might be thinking, look, I just don't have time to do all this. And yes, this is more work than just sticking to your tried and tested and most comfortable marketing option. But it's not 4 times the work. It's all based on the same material and theme. You're not doing extra research or development, you're just presenting the same points in different formats. And you're broadening your appeal by bringing your content and you to a much larger audience. Put simply, by expanding your range of channels, you're becoming interesting to people who had previously been uninterested. Not because your services aren't for them, but because your services weren't presented in a way that attracted their attention. Set up the right workflow for you, one that starts in your comfort zone and then work out from there. Once you've been through that workflow a few times, the routine aspect kicks in and your comfort and confidence grows, and the whole process takes less and less time. Set up a routine that breaks new ground. Give it a go and see how you get on. It doesn't have to be perfect first time. Embrace all 4 different learning styles, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the feedback and the conversations that this content will start. If this video has inspired you to create and expand your marketing content, then we think you'll love the conversations, content and events inside Better, Bolder, Braver, our community for coaches. We hold weekly group sessions and hold space for you to reflect on how marketing is making you feel. You can learn more and join at betterbolderbraver.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.